All right. I've had several people ask me when they buy their planner how to get it into GoodNotes and such. And so normally what you would do is you download whatever you've bought off Etsy or wherever you bought it from and save it in your Dropbox folder. One way to get to it is to go through the folder at the bottom there and then go navigate to where it's at, and then you would click on it. And once it downloads, you would be able to go here to this little icon, and then you would scroll over and find copy to GoodNotes, that's one way to do it. And then, I mean, you can put it wherever you want to put it, but I just stick it in there for now because we're just trying to accomplish something. And so then when you click on it, it opens it up. And this is actually meant to be a vertical planner, which is the reason I've got it set this way. This is my new one. And you click on the first tab, it takes you there. If you click on this paper clip here, it automatically takes you back to the index. So, and if you click on close, oops, I didn't mean to go there. If you click on close book, it closes it back. So, I mean, that's an option. But anyway, this is my vertical planner, and each one of these days takes you to the actual individual day page. So it's just a daily page thing with the monthly page that links to it. And so this one is quite simple. I went ahead and left these things like the list and collections and notes and medical and meals and budget and passwords and stuff like that in there because those are handy. I've also got the grid paper and the blank page and dotted lines and dot grid, of course. Everybody likes that one. So, I mean, you've got several choices. You can go to the, oops, I did it again. This is harder to do than you think when you're trying to show it on the screen. You can go to the year at a glance, and I actually have these linked to the individual months. So if I click on March, I go to March. And if I click on March the 10th, which was yesterday, I get the blank page that's going to be for March the 10th. And so, with that in mind, if I go back out here to my actual planner, I actually have used it a little bit for a few days. I play with them. I don't use the same one all the time. But you can actually go to my March daily. Monthly. This is the March month itself. And if I go to the 8th, you can see I have the 8th filled in. And you can go back over here to this tab, or you can go back the other way and go to the 9th. Or you could just scroll to the left and go to the 10th. However you want to do it. But you can also go to the month and then click on the day. And it'll load. And it sometimes takes a minute. Like where you use a lot of highlighter, like I did right there, it takes a few minutes for that to load. But that's just kind of how it goes. Like to decorate, I want to say one of the simple things you can do, I'm going to say like on the 24th here. Let me delete this one. Delete. Okay, and then like if we want to add something in here, you're just going to simply press the screen. Oops, well, press and do image. And then you'll go to your photos, wherever you got it. And I like to go all photos. And then these can be really small, so I can't really see through looking through the phone if I have the right one or not. Obviously, I didn't get the right one. Hold 1 second. Let's see. Okay, real quick. I had to switch to the right one. What I do is when I bring it in here too, is then I'll go in and tell it crop. And this way, you don't have to do this, but I like it because if I have to go back and move something around, I don't want this great big box taking up all this room. So I crop it down to what size it really is and click done. And then, of course, that also brings it in a lot bigger. And then I can resize it and move it around. And I just kind of want to put it right there so I can go in and add more stuff to it. Another thing that I love to do is to come down here and open up my Procreate. And you can actually click it and pull it over here to the side and have like more than one thing open. And so when you do that, then you can go to, like, I have my planner stuff over here where I've created various things, and I'll go in and like make something, and then I'll save it in my photos, and that way I can just go here, press, and go image, and go to photos, and then I'll go to all photos. I'm telling you, this is not very easy when you can't see what you're doing. Then like that image that I just had was right there. And so then I can make this little box, and I can say, I can put it right there if I want. And then I can go over here, and I use the fountain pen. Now, too, if you use your, this is a question I get asked a lot, is, what were the size for these documents to be brought into GoodNotes? And when I create those, I create them according to the GoodNotes template on their site, which gives you the option of this pen at 10 points. It's pretty good size. Watch, let me show you. So, minimize, and go OK. And so when I do that, as you can see, this pen is huge. So, I keep wanting to touch it like I do on the other thing. Let me close this one out where you can see better. So, a 10-point pen is pretty thick. It's hard to write when I can't see what I'm writing. Anyway, so that's pretty gigantic, actually. Whereas, let me erase. And if you go back, and pretty much on this one, I almost kind of use it on about a 3 most of the time, and it seems to be just about right. Let me see if I can hold this here and write. And so that's kind of my box. And then another thing I like to do on these is I like to add text. And then I go to my icons, and I put my water up here. And then I'm going to minimize my size on that down to what I would prefer, which is about there. And then I'm going to go back to the keyboard, get off there. No. Go edit. This crazy thing sometimes makes me nuts. And then hit return because I wanted it to actually be below it. And I'm going to do my water. And so that way I have, today I have take medicine and drink my water, which are two things that I really sometimes forget. So right here I'm going to put take medicine and drink water. So, I mean, those are some things that I have to keep track of. I don't know about you. Everybody has different things. And you can go in and you can add anything you want. I sometimes go back and I add photos like this one. This is my grandbabies. They were all bundled up watching TV. So, I like to do that sometimes. And then you can always go in, and I like to go, take my little highlighter. Yeah, I know, I pretty much did all of March in green because it's March. Anyhow, that's some of the things I get asked. Let me go out, and I will go to the actual, GoodNotes, app.com is where I get the sizes from. And it's got user guide templates. And if you will go down through here, he will show you how to create a paper using Illustrator. Yeah, and you don't have to use Illustrator, but it at least gives you all of the sizes and such that you need for your paper to come out the correct size so that when you import it in, it will have the correct sizes. And that's the thing. If you don't make it to this size, when you bring it into GoodNotes, it will not, your pen, because one real easy thing to notice is like if you do the highlighter, you have the different choices of size. Okay, this is at 13 pixels. So at 13 pixels, it's pretty good size. But if you put it in there in the correct way, you'll actually be able to go up on your 40 point is gigantic, which is kind of cool if you're coloring stuff in, because you can make it pretty good size. So, and this is like the whole screen of my iPad, and it's a 12.9, so that's pretty big. So that's the reason that you want to bring them in, make them the right size, because you don't want you want to be able to use as the pen and the highlighter as big as you choose to. So that's that. Let me see what else. What other questions do I get all the time? Of course, everybody knows that you have a choice of either a fountain pen either have a fountain pen or a ballpoint pen. I can't wait till they get more. Then you have over here, you have your color and your thickness, and you can actually go in and enter the color in, the hex code if you have that. And so that's that. These are just the ones that comes with it, but most of the time I prefer the custom choice. Same thing on the highlighter. You can also enter a specific color on the highlighter, which is kind of cool if you're decorating and you want a specific set of colors. Okay, that's that. What else is there? I think that's about it. I mean, it's kind of the general gist of things. Like I said, this was my March the 10th page, my March the 9th page, and my March the 8th page. That's as far back as it goes, because I just started this planner. I just created it. So anyway, that's that. And like I said, I can always go back out here to this. Like I said, the paper clip links to the index page always. And I can close the book from there. And I decorated my cover with a quick journal card that I made in Adobe Spark, which is super fun to play with. And because I also do scrapbooking. And then I added my little Bitmoji chick from the Zmoji app. And that's it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this up so I can get it uploaded. And this planner will be available in the next coming couple of days, I guess. It does take me a few days to get things going and rounded up. I don't have internet at home at the present time, so it does take me a little bit. So anyway, have a great weekend. Great week. Week starts tomorrow. It's spring break for my kiddos, so have fun. Thanks. Bye.